It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see this team's veteran running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. The action is only moments away, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go. It's week 14. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Got for big yards on the right side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll give him a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And they're going to have a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They go play action on first. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! These guys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And leading them out, one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And this one doesn't go far. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them the first. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Pass play on 1st and 10. The throw is caught. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll run here on 1st down. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give now from the gun. And this one does not go far. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 4th and short. They'll bring out the punter here. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 23-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. This offense making its way back out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On first down, they'll run. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 37, catch made by Cooks. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 6 and a first down as well. They'll try and throw it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. He'll throw it yet again. This one taken in by Baker. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Still sticking with the passing game. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They're going play action. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Escapes the sack. To the sideline it goes. He's got to be on the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 46. Brought in right side. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. Scoreboard shows 10-7. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They're throwing it. Wiley hauls it in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 29. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he will take this in. Touchdown. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird
Ooh.
in the three-point shooting contest of the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know. But whatever.
The kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys take a 4-point lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Pass play coming here. This finds Cooks complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun here. He has the first over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2nd and 3 now. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Lone back gets the handoff. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And they'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Man in motion here. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Hits his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
That's caught for the first. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys push their lead to 3.
17. Our home team, 14.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They go play action on first. Rolling out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Dropping back to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They go play action here. He's gonna push one deep down the right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. They bring the pressure, down he goes. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly.
And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
And the fair catch made here at the 15. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Throwing now on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Looking for a throw here. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have 1st down. Here's a throw. He lofts it deep left. He's got it inside the 25. And that is a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys make it a 10-point ball game.
24. Our home team, 14.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Their offense running back out now. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 39. This one falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So that brings them to 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Dumped off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. 3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete left side.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he's brought down after a short gain. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. It's 3rd and 8, need to get a chunk here. It's another rushing play. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. So that's halftime for us here. It's a 7-point game after our first 2 quarters. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Return starts at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 36. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Play action on 1st down. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Putting the tight end in motion. Now we're on the counter. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Goes up and over for the touchdown. These guys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And his guys bring it back to even. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now this offense getting set to work here. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. They've got 1st down from the 31. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That is a textbook.
Well, a roar from the crowd as they saw the replay on the big screen, and they will indeed get a challenge. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. 2nd and 3. This one taken in by Baker. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. 2nd and 13. Connecting on the slant. And that will not be enough for a first down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Still sticking with the passing game. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. It's a pickup of 11, and they're going to have a first down. They are throwing it again. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Handoff now out of the gun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that gives them the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment. Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Back to throw now. Has it down close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd down from the gun. He's got it. And in for the touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Our home team, 24.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
He'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one gains 7. And that'll give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Hauled in left side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up first down. Looking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Tossing right to the short side. And he's brought down for a loss. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Completed over the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden got some options here on 4th down. Now out comes the field goal unit as they try this one. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This throw is cupped. And he drives this forward to the 6. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 6-yard line.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. These guys now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Throwing the out route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. It's a design boot. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. That one's complete, right side.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. No luck finding his receiver that time. 4th down coming up. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Okay, you remember when Sebastian Janikowski was taken in the 1st round by the Raiders? It was because he could make kicks of this distance. Today, boy, we see kickers seemingly every week getting this job done, but it doesn't in any way minimize the accomplishment.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Throwing now off play action. Got his target, it's Baker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. Hand off to the back. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Airing it out to start this drive. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now the punt return nearly didn't. The offense get a chance to find the end zone here themselves. It's 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. This one soars over everybody in the end zone. Just had to get rid of it. Incomplete. So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. He's dropping back to throw. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Another drive coming up for this offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They go play action here. Pass complete to Wiley. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat. Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
So out now comes the punter. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 36. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. He's going to throw this one. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's tackled for no gain.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Motioning one of the tight ends. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 1st down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Running it after the penalty. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Clean breakup on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. He'll throw it. This one taken in by Baker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. This offense getting all set for this series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. He'll look to throw it. Connects on the crosser. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here he is to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Escapes the pocket. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. All right, here we go. Second down. Setting up to pass. The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, these third and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on third and short, they can't get the job done.
And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Now this offense ready to head back out. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. A nice showing here from our winners as we say so long from Virginia Beach.